Hello, friends. Welcome to Nirpa's Talk Show. This is your host, Nirpa Chetri. I arrange talk show to share the experience and thoughts of different personalities with you. Today, I have a special guest, Ashish Datta. He is a CFO from Congruent Infotech. Uh, he has been connected to different industry leaders, business leaders, student communities, and social activists to empower society at large. He has a very wide visions as far as social transformations and business transformation is concerned. I wholeheartedly welcome Mr. Ashish Datta to accept my to this talk show. Welcome, Ashish, to my
Yeah.
program. Thank you.
Hello, Nirpa. Thank you so much for having me here. It's good to be back again. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashish. Yeah,
Looking
I know you
forward
have
to our
given
interactions.
exactly. Yeah. So, as you know, basically, we all want to become leader and try to contribute to the society. But leadership is not a cake work. It requires certain qualities and uh, attributes to become a successful leader and create a positive impact in the society. So with this note, let me start a brief few points. Probably we can few of the area that I think about very important as far as leadership is concerned in today's context, because World Economic Forum has already published a report where it says collaboration and lifelong learning is the two key attributes for any individuals today in the 21st century to become successful and to make a professional growth in his respective field. So in today's context, where the whole world is digitally connected, what do you think about the collaboration? How collaboration can play a very significant role? How it can be developed for each of us?
I think that research is to the point, collaboration and lifelong learning, very critical. I'll talk of the two C's, which is collaboration and communication. These two are very critical all through the stage of our lives. The
Exactly.
first stage of leadership, as I've been always talking, is self-leadership, where you are leading yourself towards a goal. You work towards improving yourself, work on your action plans, and then keep improving. But even there, you're not in isolation. You have to work
True.
with people, get their feedback. What people think about is more important. You
True.
work with them in terms of getting feedback, getting suggestions. You interact maybe with the mentor. You join coaching. So everywhere you're collaborating, you are showing your eagerness to do it. Then again, after you can lead yourself successfully, the next point is about becoming visible as a potential leader. That is again becoming a great team player, earning people trust and communication. There also you're interacting with people. That's collaboration. And then when you lead people, it's collaboration. So collaboration is, to me, somewhere where you respect and you're invested in the well-being and development of the other person. You respect that person, their time, their space. You're invested in the development of the other person. Then collaboration makes sense. You are not focused only on you, how you can give respect, how you can make that person better. That's collaboration. So when we are working in an organization, we always think for the best of the organization, not what I am saying, you are saying. That is collaboration. You
Exactly.
work with customers, you work with clients, anywhere, everywhere. It's how you build that collaboration. And collaboration invested in the other person, which is indirectly also means building good relationships.
Exactly.
Everywhere you see, it's communication and collaboration. You can't escape it. And again, one key point I want to emphasize here is that it has nothing to do with you're an extrovert or an introvert. That's different. Here, you're invested in that person. Even sometimes through your silence, you can collaborate. It silence plays a big role. People understand your silence, what you mean. So it is not about extrovert or introvert. It's how you're invested in helping the other person, and you are invested on the other person and the good of the organization. You demonstrate that. That's, to me, is the real collaboration, and that is something we have to do all through our journey. So it is very
Exactly.
critical, of course, along with the lifelong learning, what you mentioned.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashish. I think you have beautifully articulated these points, right? Where uh, investing with for others, for the
Right.
betterment of himself and betterment of the organizations, right?
Correct.
And understand his perspective, build the relationships. All is going to play a very significant role as far as collaboration is concerned. I think you
Yes.
have highlighted a very core areas as far as collaboration is concerned. With this note, let me move to the next questions, right?
Yeah.
Now, in today's context, Ashish, if you see, right, the youngster especially with information in his fingertips, they are connecting with many pupils. But somehow I feel personally I miss the empathy part, social responsibility part from youngsters. They are more focused on the career, which is absolutely fine. That should be. But at the same time, he is not inspired by the bigger goals of the society or the bigger problems of the society. Probably he will not be a successful leader. He need that kind of bigger mission and vision to make a social impact in the society. So what do you think that empathy, social responsibility part is slightly missing in the society, and how we can cultivate that culture?
My definition of empathy is that you understand the other person, what is the nature of that person, and then accordingly deal with that other person. So it is hand in hand with collaboration.
Sure.
When you collaborate, this is what you definitely need, empathy. And what you said, that people are more focused on their own. My question would be, how can that be? If you say you're focused, you want to grow in life, that's your goal. Can you do it without collaboration and empathy? It has to be there,
Exactly.
because you are
Exactly.
interacting with people. You don't grow in isolation.
True.
Understanding the other person, you could be a very sensible person, sensitive person rather. Somebody could be a little tough in terms of their mindset in my team, so I have to deal with them separately. Some could be a loner, likes to get into details, be analytical. Some could be more a people's guy, talking to people, doing it. So each one is like that. I cannot force them to do what they don't like, because people change on their own, but I have to deal with them in that manner. If I have to talk something tough, I'll be careful. The same language I cannot use with both. So understanding other people, we are invested in the collaboration part. That cannot work without empathy, because unless you understand that other person, what are their aspirations, how they would like me to behave, and then we behave accordingly, that's empathy. These two go hand in hand. So to me, even in isolation, when we say we are only focused on ourselves, to me that is never possible. If you don't have empathy, you will never grow yourself. That's the fact of it.
Exactly. True.
Understanding and dealing how we are, collaboration, communicating in that manner, and of course also when you build that relationship, which is the underlining thought here, it all needs a better understanding of, like we say, a problem or a situation. We have to first understand what is it, then only we can correct that problem or do something correct. It's the same here. If I don't understand how Nirpa is, Nirpa doesn't understand with Ashish, how do you expect us to collaborate? There's no
Exactly.
way. We can't
True.
trust ourselves, because that's not what. And each person is different. Don't forget, each human being is
Yeah.
different. So it is
Yeah.
hand in hand and a must quality. So I don't
Yeah.
agree with people say that they are focused on themselves. It cannot be. You're not, because you cannot grow in isolation.
Exactly. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think you are right. Right. It has to go with hand in hand,
Right.
collaboration and empathy. And then today, young people, if you don't understand the importance of connect, collaborations, empathy, probably it is not their problem. It is problem of the ecosystem that we
Absolutely.
are not able to build. So
Absolutely.
probably we have to contribute from the leadership journey to each senior members in the society, and that ecosystem will definitely evolve that kind of leader in the society.
Absolutely. Ultimately, if you look at it from the society, we have a complicated situation. It's not that easy.
Exactly.
Let's be practical about it. We are
Yeah,
not
true.
aware. When I joined the industry in the year 1991, after I became a chartered accountant, I had a horrifying time because I had no clue what is going on. So I struggled. I learned with experience. I had so many failures, and that's how I learned. But with time, people have become more knowledgeable. There's more internet. There's a lot of information available, and that's what the leadership is now trying to bring into the company in what I call the company culture. Because once you join the company, you are a part of my family. Like
True.
family is an organization. We have to
Exactly.
keep forcing what is the culture, educate them what it means, how they should improve their learning. That's where the real education today happens. So it starts from the hiring stage. You deal people, inculcate those cultures, not their responsibilities, and keep enforcing that. Unless the leadership is doing that, I think it's a very difficult process. The ecosystem itself is so complicated. Every year, so many people are passing out, but they don't know what to do. Our job
Exactly.
as leader is treat them as your family, and then provide our failures, what we have learned to do it. So our generation who has come in now have a great responsibility to pass on to those people and educate and guide them. I feel sometimes pretty sympathetic, I would say, for the people coming in because they don't know what is expected, be it communication and all. And we have the responsibility, and that's what I call culture. We have to do it. Build that culture into your organization and family.
Yeah.
I think the
And in the
leaders of
society.
our generation have that responsibility. Society is changing, but then I cannot comment on the society. It's wide. There are so many complications, and yeah, and that will take a long time. But at least within the organization, leaders must keep promoting, encouraging, inculcating culture, and putting what is really expected from them and helping them out together. I think that's the responsibility we have to have. Yes, the ecosystem is still a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a long way process. I completely agree. It
Yeah.
is evolving process, and things have changed a lot compared to 30 years back.
Right.
When we joined as a software engineer, there are
Correct.
different situations. Now it is more people are very flexible, very wider perspective they have. Anyway, next move to the next point probably, and then we'll wrap up our conversation today, right? Uh, uh, the situations here, right, in basically rural India, where a lot of unemployment problems, and there is no platform where youngsters should engage today, right? If you see, I don't see any platform except the political one to engage for any youngsters today, either in a social or in a kind of a industrial platform. Well, there is no cultural activities is going on. What is your take on this area? How this youngsters should now engage to it?
Very difficult. I don't have a solution.
Exactly.
It's a very complicated situation. So let's be very practical about it. It's
True.
a big issue, and it will take time. Maybe it's slowly changing. People are becoming more aware. Internet coming into our rural areas, villages, but it's going to take time. Let's accept it. I would say, if it is possible, follow your heart, what you like to do. And if you cannot do it, accept what is there in front of you and make the best of it and improve from there. This is my practical solution. I don't want to give something as a framework because it's a very difficult situation, and it's not easy.
Yeah,
I would
thank
say
you.
these two areas that you can look at. Any area is good. People after engineering join BPOs today. Well, that's how it is. You join, everybody wants to be an engineer. You go to a lesser known college, then you join BPO and get a 15,000 rupee job. Fine. It has happened. So you can't keep brooding about it. But then how you take it forward? There are a lot of people who have risen from there and made what they want. That's, you're now in the industry, see what your heart, work towards it. That I would say. I can't solve the situation, but you have to make the best of the practicalities and difficulties we work with, because that's a reality, the dark, stark reality of life.
Yeah, you have to accept
Right.
and utilize the best out of the resources that we have, right? That is what your key message. I completely agree. I think our youngsters should definitely utilize the resources whatever available today. Situations are not so suitable. We completely understand. That is what you are saying. But
Yeah,
probably let us close
the
this.
one point, Nipra, which I wanted to add here is that even if you get into, say, this situation, that's again leaders play a role. No? When you go to what you don't like, also they should guide you where you should go. Again, leadership plays that critical role. At least the society is not there, but at least when they join an organization, even a BPO organization, that's why we need mature leaders. Otherwise,
True.
it's going to be difficult. Yeah.
And I think the mature leader today should consider 2 point areas, Ashish. One is inclusiveness, another is diversity, right?
Absolutely.
So we need a talent, irrespective
Absolutely.
what kind of family background, which rural part of he came about, it hardly matters.
Yeah.
So put that diverse group, and then inclusive. When you start hiring people, don't forget that you should, some part of Arunachal pupils are all included in your organizations.
Absolutely.
And that guy, once he develop, stay in 5 years in your organization, definitely make a transform in that village where he is belongs to.
Oh,
now you only focus on Hyderabad and Bangalore, and you want to build a big Indian society. How it is possible?
Absolutely, I agree with you fully. That's something that we'll have to improve further in our industry, inclusiveness and diversity. It's just still, I think, in a thought process. We talk about it, but there's still a lot to improve. And that again depends on a mature leadership. Okay, yeah, we will take these people, we can turn them around because everybody can be turned. It is the circumstances. I think we are still in the talking stage. We have not made great progress, but we have to. I agree.
Yeah, thank you, Ashish. Let's wrap up our conversation with just three key messages that I would love to hear from you for any aspiring leaders. What are the three key steps that you want to suggest, uh, which is very practical?
First is self leadership. Learn to lead yourself. Where you want to go, have a goal, have clarity in your mind, direction. Try to work on your weaknesses, shortcomings, keep improving, learning. So that's self leadership. Once you're ready, then you have to get into a situation where people notice you as a potential leader through your strong work ethics, build trustworthiness. People can trust you, and your great communication. After that, you start leading teams. So go through this process. Don't jump. A lot of leaders directly go to team management and they're lost what to do. I'd say follow the process. Go through these steps, understand this. You'll be a great leader, no doubt.
Yeah, the self leadership, right? Understanding ourselves,
Yes.
understanding, have clarity in terms of our goals and visions. I think if that is clarity is there, rest of the things will follow.
Yeah.
I completely agree with
That's my tagline also. Learn to lead yourself first. The rest is easy. That's
you.
what I always say.
Yeah,
Very true.
learn to learn to lead ourselves. With this note, I must thank Ashish Datta for his valuable time and valuable insights. It was a wonderful discussion. I'm very much confident that this conversation is going to create a uh, influence in our society through the knowledge and experience that you have shared to our youngsters.
Yeah.
So I'd love to thank once again. I wish you good health and with success ahead, Mr. Ashish.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here again. Thank you so much for having me here. I had a great interaction with you. Ultimately, we learn by sharing our experiences. We don't learn by theory and concepts. So I always look forward to such opportunities where I can interact and get the thoughts and experiences of others. That's how we improve. And so that's why I'm very happy to be here again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashish. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.